It's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out the Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We done shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, man. Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
It's the Value Wrestling. I'm the Big Tyme, Mr. Z. We're here with the indie god himself, Matt Cardona. This is real. The Choppy is about to go down. Let's see it. Oh.
This guy just paid me $50. Matt Cardona, check out the Value of Wrestling.
Cool. Oh, you didn't know we're here. Hopefully we're here. I think we're looking good. I think we're catching up. If we're a little slow, I do apologize. Welcome to the Value of Wrestling. Welcome to your weekly roundup, episode 54 on a Saturday night special edition before All In, which is tomorrow. It's All In, and we're going to be there ready to rock and roll tomorrow bright and early and getting this party started and getting it going on. But tonight we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to do a weekly roundup right here. It is going to be a fun time in the hot town tonight. Jump into conversation. Join us in the chat. Tell us what you're thinking, what's going on. Let us know how you feel about everything going down on the Big Time. Join along with Mr. Paulus Clarke and the one and the only infamous Mr. Choppy, Tasty Toes himself, the Miguel Z, the man behind a lot of the fun here at the Value of Wrestling. You ready to really launch this world tour?
So we all in or all done? I mean,
well, I mean, you might be all done after the Choppy World Tour comes to a close, but we'll see. And of course, you're the man behind Tasty Toes. So there you go.
Only you can. Never mind.
What? What? What's your comment? What you got to say? Do you need?
We're on you. We're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Well, the interesting week it's been in professional wrestling. I think some of the biggest news coming out of this week. It's the big announcement that Ricochet has finally made the move that was halfway expected, halfway thought would come true. Ricochet has signed a deal with AEW and is expected to make his debut at All In. Do you think Tony Khan's going to jump the gun here and go right after Will Ospreay? Will Ricochet be a part of... What are you doing? Are you freaking Christian Cage?
I'm trying to find who cares. Like, honestly. The crowd went mild. So, I mean, I'm just trying to see who's popping for this.
Well, I mean, everybody wants to see Ricochet and Will Ospreay tied up. Do you think Tony Khan jumps the gun and launches it off and we will be seeing Will Ospreay Ricochet it all out? Will Ospreay get his win back, or will
I've already seen it.
Or will Ricochet be a problem and will Ricochet be a heel and cost Will Ospreay his win here? How do you, or is he just going to show up after the match and challenge Will Ospreay to that title at All Out? Does somebody get a title shot for just walking in the door? What do you think of Ricochet? What do you think? How do you think this is going to play out?
Mr. Clarke, you go ahead.
I really don't know. First of all, I don't think he comes in heel. I think he's going to get a pop. I think after the match, I think he's going to... There's a good chance that Will Ospreay might get challenged by Ricochet. Hopefully it's not for All Out. I think it's a bit soon. You need some real build. Like, yes, you can layer it on top of what they did in the Indies beforehand, because in AEW, all wrestling history is AEW history. But... and I hesitate to say a smart booker, which we know Tony Khan does not play that role, would let it build. So we'll see what actually happens, is all I can really say. And we have less than 12 hours to find out.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure he'll be a babyface, but I feel we're going to get Will Ospreay versus Ricochet at All Out in September 7th in Chicago. Because Tony Khan doesn't know how to hold anything. He's going to jump the gun there. I mean, what else are you going to do with Will Ospreay? You got to have Will Ospreay on the card. Kind of like you got to put everybody on this card because we have a triple threat for the tag team titles and we have a four-way dance for a trios title in a ladder match, fitting 12 people in the ring with ladders. So Tony Khan trying to top anything WWE's done with.
Someone's getting hurt.
I don't know how with 12 people in a ring somebody ain't going to get hurt. I don't know how you're going to pull off 12 men in a tornado-style ladder match. I mean, how are you going to pull? That's a lot of people in the ring with ladders trying to do stunts and spots because you know it's going to have to be some type of spot monkey show because it's normally what ladder matches are. But when you get 12 men in there, can you really control that type of chaos?
I'm just surprised they haven't put the casino battle royal with ladders yet.
Don't put that out there in fruition.
Well, they tried that once, didn't they? With the
I think they did.
with the poker chip. They've already tried that once.
Isn't that how the devil folk climbed ladder on the chip? Isn't that how he made his return?
Yep.
So they did do it. They had the casino battle royal or the casino ladder match, casino battle royal, and now they love this new casino gauntlet match style setup. So I don't know. This is another card where they're throwing everybody into the show. I'm assuming Hangman's going to win this, so Hangman can come out and get Swerve it all out, so we can rush that back. Even though Hangman's the biggest joke in AEW, like he's not even worthy of being in this match. I don't even want to see him touch Swerve. But the only thing I can say then is if we're getting Swerve and Hangman at All Out, I would have to assume Hangman has to win the title at this point. Hangman can't take another loss to Swerve. I mean, that would be done, Cowboy. That would be put him on the horse and send him to pasture, Cowboy. Tell me what I'm telling lies.
Oh man, why? It's gonna be this. If this show is already a dumpster fire already, and we're not gonna help but watch it. We're not even talking main card either. Well, some of it, but yeah.
Oh, your 0 hour match is going to be your favorite, I'm sure, Mr. Z.
Oh no, what?
The Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. Why is Ishii in this match? I don't understand.
Why don't try to work like Ishii?
I don't know. I don't even get.
We've all seen the clip.
Why does New Japan keep letting their guys get put on these programs with WWE? Or never mind. Say AEW talent and just made to look like jokes.
It's not the talent's fault. It's the bookers.
Where's Mr. 0 Hour? Like, where's he? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
He's supposed to be coming back from injury real soon, so we'll see what Safety Sisters is going to do in AEW. Probably wish he would have signed with WWE when he had the opportunity. Speaking of AEW and the infamous picture that's floating around the internet, somebody posted a picture of Darby Allin standing tall up on the beams of Wembley Stadium, and if you're dumb enough to buy the fact that that was Darby Allin up there, then you're just there's no hope for you. You're a fanboy of AEW.
I got a bridge to sell you.
I got a bridge to sell you, and I got oceanfront property.
I got oceanfront property.
I got oceanfront property in Nevada. You can sit in a casino.
Exactly.
And I have Santa Claus in the green room that you could meet too. So I mean, which part? I mean,
Marty get a new hat.
If you buy that, then I guess that makes Marty Richards a deity of his own size. I mean, what more can you say?
Well, he kind of is, isn't he?
Well, maybe if you worship at his church and worship him that way, I mean, if that's how you see him, I wouldn't say he is. Maybe in his own mind, but
Thank you.
anyways, Darby Allin accuses Jack Perry of going into business for himself at AEW All In 2023. The backstage incident between CM Punk and Jack Perry is coming back up a year later. In this conversation, not only did it set stage for Punk's much anticipated return to WWE, it also continued to shape the on-screen character of Jack Perry. The altercation was widely criticized within the wrestling community, including by several of their AEW colleagues. Among those who voiced their disapproval was Darby Allin, who was slated to face Perry for the TNT Championship and a coffin match, because why not? We're in Wimbledon Stadium. Let's do 20 different gimmick matches. Let's do everything. But while speaking to Kenny McIntosh of Inside the Ropes, Darby Allin didn't hold back his frustration with Perry, labeling him as ungrateful for his actions at last year's event. Allin expressed his annoyance, emphasizing that he's not hesitant to channel those feelings into their current storyline. Allin pointed out how frustrating it was to see Perry go into business for himself in front of over 80,000 people, in a rare opportunity that many would have never experienced. Allin believes Perry's behavior was not only selfish, but also disrespectful to those who would have cherished such an opportunity. Darby Allin goes on. It sounds like to me Darby Allin's trying to buddy up with CM Punk because he sees where the future of professional wrestling is. What do you all think?
I doubt it has anything to do with that. I think Darby Allin has always had an independent mind. He's called it like he sees it. Some things we agree with, some things we don't. I think he's just putting out his feelings. It is what it is.
How does Jack Perry even have a job after what he's done? I mean, you costed Tony Khan a mass amount of money and revenue he could have potentially keep having. Yeah, I got nothing.
Chase CM Punk at AEW. Probably one of AEW's stupidest moves.
Yep. I mean, I like how and I'm gonna go ahead and blast it right now. The fans are so loyal to that brand, and they ride so hard that this is like the best stuff they've ever seen, and they can't even average 700,000 viewers. They can't even get over 650.
Moving along, one of AEW's brightest stars and future leader of a women's revolution, it's the Value Wrestling's favorite female wrestler on AEW. Yeah, while in the UK, the first ever NXT Women's Champion made a stop at a popular wrestling destination when Rev Pro 12-year anniversary event took place, and she initially appeared in a mask, only to reveal that Saraya made a surprise appearance at Rev Pro Wrestling. The fans and commentary team were stunned to see Saraya at the event. Although it was just an appearance and not a match, she had a great time with the crowd and received a warm welcome. Saraya has deep roots in the UK pro wrestling scene, having risen to fame as Paige in WWE. Her family is well known for running their own promotion, and the Rock 7 Buck production even produced the movie Fighting with My Family, which tells the story of the Knight's family wrestling business and Saraya's journey to WWE. Saraya making a surprise appearance at Rev Pro 12th anniversary show. Big pops, lots of excitement. Mr. Z, wake up. Get off the lean. Straighten yourself.
You're talking about Karen. I don't even care, dude. Like
Saraya in Rev Pro. Will AEW even re-sign Saraya at this point? It sounds like they haven't re-signed her yet. Could Saraya go back to WWE and become Paige and become viable again?
Could it happen? Yes. Will it happen? We don't know.
Could Mercedes Moné go back to WWE and become Sasha Banks and become viable again?
My answer is the same as with Paige.
I think there's opportunity there.
Because the management team, the creative team, the management team and the creative team is so much better in WWE. They know what they're actually doing. They know how to use the pieces they have. So whatever good that Paige or Sasha Banks could do, and the impact they could make on the business, they know how to make it work for them. And I'm talking about the team at WWE.
So you're
obviously
saying...
they by themselves.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Saraya and Mercedes Moné. There's talent, or else WWE wouldn't be able to get them over. But obviously, they by themselves are not getting the job done.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Triple H is capable of booking things. Would you call Triple H a racist?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I just love the people that are trolling that it's all racist. He didn't want to resign Bobby Lashley because he's racist. It's like, what? Where in the world do we get this stuff? He only makes the Mexicans wrestle together. That's racist. It's like, oh my God. Factions make sense.
You want to know what's racist?
What is up? Welcome to the
Redacted
chat, folks.
was racist. Redacted was racist when he had the Mexicools, okay? That was racist.
Riding their lawnmowers down the ringside.
The Wandeers, homeboy. The Wandeers. I actually have a Wandeer
Here's
shirt.
the thing. Not signing Bobby Lashley does not make him racist. If they wanted to dig a little further, if you want to try to make a case, it still doesn't work. But if you want to try to make a case, you would talk about Triple H's feud with Booker T.
Yes.
Like, make it make sense.
Yes.
Not say there isn't a seed there, here and there, if you really want to stretch things and dig far enough. But what they're going off of? No, Triple H is not racist. And this is coming from a non-white guy. I'm only half white. Which means I am too colored for most white folks to see me as white.
Who's saying this anyways? He's not. Like,
not.
Where does this come from?
Wait. You're not white? What? I mean, you're white? What? I never knew this. Why didn't you ever tell me this sooner? We've only known each other forever, and you're telling me now that you're white? Next thing, Mr. C's going to tell me he's not Hispanic.
Or to put this in another term, as a person of color, I am saying Triple H is not racist.
There you go.
Next, you're going to tell me Marty Richards is not real. He's a deity, and he only exists in our imagination.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but we can get him over better than Tony Khan can get anybody over.
Right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ringside News reports Eric Bischoff casts doubts on AEW's ability to fill stadiums for All In 2025. All In scheduled to be at Texas Globe Life Stadium, the baseball stadium where the Texas Rangers play baseball, and that's where we're going to have All In 2025. It's not even Dallas Stadium where WrestleMania was held, the Arlington, the AT&T Stadium, the Howell home for many people who call it Dallas Cowboy Stadium. That's kind of in Texas lore. That's religious. That's church in some people's minds. But hey,
that is, to them it is, yes.
Yes. Anyways,
Yes.
AEW continues to grow rapidly each year. I'd like to see that on paper, how they grow each year. But okay, anyways. With their All-In event being their most significant achievement to date, the company has announced that next year's All-In will be held in Texas. However, Eric Bischoff is skeptical, believing there's no chance AEW can fill the stadium for the event. Last week, AEW announced that All In 2025 will be hosted at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. The event will mark the first time AEW All In will be held outside of Wembley Stadium. Well, there's only been one show, and tomorrow's the second one. So why are we trying to promote this like it's like this big awaited deal? There's only been two. You know, like
only in his mind, his company is like the best ever. Only in his mind.
There's only been two All-Ins.
The long-standing tradition.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
They're selling this. There's only been one All-In. The second one happens tomorrow, and so the third one is finally coming to America. Like, that's a big deal.
Well, you're technically wrong. Technically speaking, this will be the third All-In, the second under AEW's banner.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be the third All-In, the second under AEW banner. Yes. But I don't really include that first All-In because it was the breeding ground for AEW, but that All-In was far superior to last year's All-In, and it's probably going to be superior to this year's All-In. That first All-In was magic and something different.
That was everything in the right place at the right time.
That kind of stands on an island of its own, even though
That's
AEW
never happened since.
quote unquote owns the rights to it now. Whatever the reasoning, I don't know what the story is behind it anymore. Don't even care. So they've already had All In America. So there you go. So All In has been held outside of Wembley Stadium because it was originally held in Chicago. So somebody needs to get themselves fact checked. Fact check. Fact check. We need to get a fact checker on our show. That's
damn it, Marty, you're in the green room. You can fact check that.
Remember the Beetlejuice.
How many times has that been said on air? Yeah.
Juice.
I'm not saying nothing.
Anyways, while speaking on an 83-week podcast, Eric Bischoff shared his thoughts on AEW planning to hold the All-In event next year at Globe Life Stadium. Bischoff noted that he's doubtful about the move, thinking it might be more about creating buzz and reflecting AEW's actual performance. Eric Bischoff questioned why AEW would host such a large event, especially since there's little evidence they can fill a stadium of that size. He pointed out that AEW's attendance and TV ratings have been going down, which doesn't match the big announcement and the positive news coming out of the company. He speculated that promoting these big events might be more about impressing TV networks or new partners rather than having a realistic chance at success. Now, and this is my big question, why would you go into a stadium like that, make a big deal about it, when you're not even going back into Wembley to sell 80,000 tickets? Like, I don't get this. You rode that giant horse that said, we sold 82,000 tickets. We had the largest paid attendance record in professional wrestling history. Went back into the same Coliseum Stadium this year and not even booking the place out. So, I mean, it's like, how can you sell a story when you can't even back up what you did last year?
It's almost like he's went back to the base fan that he had. That's all he's got. No one's coming. There's no casual fan for them.
What is up, everybody in the chat? Thank you for joining us. I see that Mean Like a Wolverine is watching from Sacramento. And Mean Like a Wolverine, if you're in Sacramento, make sure you are, if you can, come out to the California Automobile Museum on August 31st for Supreme Pro Wrestling's independent show there in Sacramento, California. The Samoan Watchman watching it in Long Beach. Thank you for joining us. California definitely represented it loud and deep tonight right here.
Yes, sir.
On the show. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to fill a stadium any more than they do. The way that it's going, they're not impressive. I don't know how you can sell this big deal over on one side when you can't even like refill the stadium that you were just in last year. It's like they made such a big pop about it, and now they're like sitting here like, ooh. And now they're going to go to Texas, which I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But speaking of Texas, 83-year-old Dory Funk Jr. takes an exploding baseball bat shot during FMW-E event. Pro wrestling is a hard business. It's coming from Ringside News. Pro wrestling is a hard business to get out of once you're ingrained yourself as part of the community. Some, like Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree, don't want to retire at all. Plenty of pro wrestlers have wrestled into a late age, such as Sting, who recently decided to end his career. And Dory Funk Jr. isn't going to give it up at all. In fact, he recently took part in a rather dangerous stunt. At 83 years old, the wrestling legend Dory Funk Jr. continues to defy age and limitations, demonstrating his unyielding toughness in the ring. On August 24th, today, FMWE celebrated their 50th anniversary of Atsushi Onita in Japan.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh man, something like that. Yeah, you're almost there. It's just
Atsushi Onita. That's all I can say.
I don't have my phonetic book out here, so I mean,
and they did this all in paying tribute to the late Terry Funk with the main event that highlighted Dory Funk Jr.'s enduring spirit. And if you didn't know, yesterday would have been the 1-year mark of the passing of Terry Funk. In a double hell current explosion death match, Dory Funk Jr. teamed up with Asumo Nishimiro, who is currently battling cancer, to take on Atsushi Onita and Raijin Yaguchi. And please forgive me if I butcher these names. I'm doing my best, all right? I'm not the guy. Despite his age, Funk showed...
What I'm hearing out of this, though, is that you have this one wrestler who's fighting 2 bouts at the same time. A wrestling match and a bout with cancer?
Yep.
Like, what?
Yes.
Funk showed the same resilience that defined his illustrious career. During the match, Dory Funk Jr. was hit in the back with an exploding bat, a moment that underscored the insane and dangerous nature of the bout. True to his legendary status, Dory Funk Jr. pressed on, embodying the relentless determination that has earned him a place in wrestling history. Dory Funk Jr. having a legendary career as a professional wrestler that's still at 83, taking a floating bat to the back.
And I bet you he still looks better than Ric Flair.
Oh man. It's all bad.
Enzo. Anybody want to talk about Enzo Amore? This is leading to something else.
Real one.
He's still around?
The real one, yes. Enzo Amore.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Independents.
Reveals how Bray Wyatt saved him during an police encounter. Bray Wyatt faced high expectations when he returned to WWE at Extreme Rules 2022. Sadly, he was unable to fulfill those expectations as he tragically passed away on August 24, 2023, 1 year ago. Recently, Enzo Amore revealed how Wyatt once helped him out of trouble with the police. Enzo Amore took to his Instagram and revealed a heartfelt memory of Bray Wyatt on the first anniversary of his passing, recalling a time early in his WWE career when Bray Wyatt offered him a ride. During a trip across Texas, they got pulled over, but the officer, recognizing Wyatt, asked for a photo with him. Wyatt's kindness and sense of humor left a lasting impression on Amore. Amore expressed deep gratitude to Wyatt's support from their days in FCW to their early WWE experience. He described Wyatt as a devoted family man and true friend, sharing that he still can't believe he's gone. Amore also thanked Wyatt for helping them avoid a ticket and looks forward to meeting him again someday in the big wrestling ring in the sky. And speaking of Bray Wyatt, we are going to go ahead and take a moment of silence right here on the Value of Wrestling for the 1 year anniversary of the passing of Bray Wyatt, because it was one of the most tragic events in recent wrestling history. He was such on a high and ready for a major comeback, going to hear the news that shocked the wrestling world in 2023. So, we will take this next minute in a moment of silence. We thank you for participating in our moment of silence in remembrance of Bray Wyatt. And we thank you all for being here. We thank you all for tuning in. We see the Samoan Watchman is cutting hair and listening to our show. I don't think he can help us out, Mr. Z. I mean, I have a little, you have none, so.
Mr. Clarke? Got the Paul Heyman do going on, probably.
Anyways, moving along with WWE impressed with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes' SmackDown feud. Coming from Ringside News, WWE has a number of superstars who are lighting up the main roster every week. 2 of those talents are really impressing people with their screen time they've been given. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade El Idolo both have very different stories, but they are now fighting against each other on the main roster, and this means something. Andrade getting back to WWE and in the swing of things in his return stint since his time in AEW. Carmelo Hayes, a former NXT champion, and Sean Ross Sapp reported on Fightful that Andrade and Carmelo Hayes have received high marks for their storytelling in the ring, getting the audience invested in their feud. It was also noted that it was pretty much expected, seeing how they're both lit up the screen. In recent memory, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes have faced off 3 times on WWE program, each match adding to their growing rivalry and moving the story along fine and leaving fans wanting more. We are ready for their 4th encounter. When will it happen? How will it go? Will this eventually end in the best of 7? I'm excited. I think this is some of the best stuff for Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. As a lot of people were crapping saying Andrade came back from AEW to be regulated to fight a nobody like Carmelo Hayes, and I don't know where people get this because Carmelo Hayes is a very impressive talent. Andrade coming back to the roster. They can't shoot these guys to the main event. Do we want to see Andrade with a title? Yes. Does Carmelo Hayes, we want to see him with the title? Yes. But there's all a time and a place, and you got to build there. Right now, Andrade really doesn't have a place to be fitting in to any of the title pictures, and neither does Carmelo Hayes. You got to give these time for these guys to build, and right now they have magic in the ring. These two were meant to fight each other, and I hope this storyline continues. I hope we get a best of 7. I hope we up the ante in some of these matches to make this fun for something as we grow and move this forward. But I mean, I think they're in the right place, and it's giving them a lot of attention and growth. This is beneficial to both men. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Let's start with just last night on SmackDown. We got to see a little bit more of the world building that started in NXT, where they were in the barber shop having a conversation, almost coming into blows with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like you have to give it time to build. And like I said, with that world building that they're starting to bring in, who knows where this feud can go? Yes, it started in the ring. Yes, that's where it's going to end in the ring. But everything in between, we'll see what happens.
Let it cook. Let these men cook because it could be great. And the fact that the sad thing is there are a lot of fans out there that want them to rush through this. And we're used to things simmering, and it's about damn time that they get to simmer and we get to enjoy what's going to happen in the end of all this.
Yes. No, I think this is going to be good. I think even if it's not mentioned as best of 7, I think this needs to be the best of 7 matches, even if they don't necessarily make it a big stint of 7 matches. I'd like to see these guys go, and I think they're in the right place. It's feuding, it's different matches, and they're not doing it back-to-back weeks. They're letting it kind of breathe in between when they're doing this and making it interesting. Because even after the match with Carmelo Hayes acted like a smart punk, which pissed off Andrade, and escalated the feud to even another level. So, big news coming off of SmackDown last night. And a big rumor that Jacob Fatu and Triple H had a mixture of words in the backstage that Jacob Fatu was not pleased with Triple H and having to give up the WWE Tag Team titles. As on SmackDown, Jacob Fatu was told by Solo Sikoa to give the Tag Team title to Tonga Leo so that the Guerrillas of Destiny, who should be the Tag Team Champions, can be the Tag Team Champions. Now, rumors and spreads, but I haven't heard this from a factual sense of anybody with reputable endorsements. I don't think I've heard this from a Sean Ross Sapp. Correct me if you guys have heard it from anybody that I guess Jacob Fatu and Triple H had a confrontation, a heated conversation.
Sounds like a whole lot of hearsay.
And that's what I think it is, because I think this is all storyline. I think, again, I said this last night, I think the Guerrillas of Destiny were originally meant to be the Tag Team Champions. Tonga Leo had the injury and he couldn't wrestle briefly, so they gave the titles to Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Of course, Jacob Fatu then got himself injured, but is still wrestling in the boot, which makes him a bad man Jama. But I think the tag team titles need to be on the Guerrillas' Destiny. Tama Tonga, and Tonga Leo. With the tag team titles, I think it's more beneficial because the Guerrillas of Destiny need to be featured as the tag team that they are so well deserved. Having Jacob Fatu play that place, it sounds interesting, and we can call it the Freebird rule. But I mean, I think Jacob Fatu outside of the tag team in this, I mean, he can fill in at any time. We can call the Freebird rule. Solo Sikoa could jump in there if we need it. But I'd rather see Jacob Fatu as the enforcer. I think he's in a better role. I wasn't really thrilled with him as being attached to this tag team because I'm like, dude, there's so much more for Jacob Fatu to do in singles competition. Being the enforcer, being the man that runs. Hell, I'm already excited to see Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns go one-on-one. Probably way more than I'm excited to see Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns go one-on-one.
Fair.
Now, if they're smart about this, their one-on-one will happen at War Games if they build it right. I want the anticipation for this. I want to see these two go toe-to-toe, but I want to see it and get the big reaction out of it. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, no, I think that I don't know where this story is coming from. I think what they did with Check Out Fatu giving the title to Pangaleo, I felt it made sense. I
Yeah.
felt it was the right thing. It came
Yeah.
from Solo giving the directive. So I don't get why Check Out Fatu would have been upset afterwards to yell at Triple H, because if this was storyline, then he already knew about it. They would already had their talk about it. I don't think Jacob Fatu is really necessarily in the mindset to be like, oh, I want a title, I'm not giving it up when it's beneficial, and he's still new to the WWE. And I think everything we know about our boy, that's our boy. We were supporting that boy on this channel from now shout out that Mr. Z got way before he ever stepped ring in there. But our boy, Jacob Fatu, I think he's a bigger man than to get upset about giving a title up. I think if anything,
Oh yeah.
he has the knowledge and the sense to understand why that's a smart business move or why that's the right direction to go with this. So it doesn't even make logical sense with what the little I do know about Jacob Fatu and following him on X and everything else that goes into that. This is not a type of man that I would say would be greedy about, oh, I had a title, you're taking away from me. I don't think he's an ego person in that sense that would be a trigger for him. I think he would be able to look at it going, no, they're better and I can do something different. I mean, he should be getting in line for a U.S. title shot or Intercontinental title shot. I know it seems soon, and we always argue that, you don't want to rush somebody, but I mean, if anybody makes sense, Jacob Fatu, and especially if you're going to bring all the titles back into Bloodline, why not?
I think this was a narrative purposely put out there to help the current storyline and to help get fans talking.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard from I haven't heard from a Sean Ross Sapp or Ringside News.
Even a Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, I haven't. I've heard this from
Did
other
you say that?
I've heard this from Grain of Salt.
I think he broke the news.
Okay. Your old man broke the news.
Yes.
WWE strap plans for second Evolution event. So,
Uh-oh.
doesn't look like they're going to do that, but I don't know if they need that now. Women are getting their time on the screen. I don't know if we need an all-women's pay-per-view event. I think that was a different time and a different place.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it did the business they really thought it was. So it's a good show. It was good, but I don't know if it was what they wanted it to be. Make it a yearly thing. Could it be fun? Sure. Why not give the women the pay-per-view? But again, if it's not really going to make the money or bring in the attention, and I don't think it did, sadly, nothing against the talent that worked and did what they needed to do. These women are talented and great women. I just don't know if there's enough people who want to watch a whole pay-per-view of women's wrestling in almost any era, unfortunately. I just
I think if they would have established it as an annual thing to actually give it time to build and grow, it could be something. But the fact they haven't is, I think, also what hurts the idea.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of that was Ronda Rousey was supposed to be a big component of that, and her image was kind of hurt and hindered there. Becky Lynch really changed the landscape because that was supposed to be. It wasn't ever supposed to be Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was never supposed to be the main event woman. Was never supposed to be the face of the women's division. That's for sure. And then the Bellas and other elements and people injured, and it just didn't work out in that second go around to really launch it. Now we're in a different era. Who knows? Maybe it's Saraya can come back to WWE's page and start that women's revolution that she keeps from running her mouth about. Maybe Mercedes Moné realized that she can't do it without WWE and come back as Sasha Banks and help build that revolution that they all keep talking about, but I don't see happening. The only thing basically entertaining in the women's division of professional wrestling and AEW right now, and I hate to say it because I'm not a big fan of either in any sense, but the only thing that's been good is Mariah May and Toni Storm, which may be one of the best match builds we're all in. You look at everything else and it's kind of like, yeah. MJF and Will Ospreay, cool. We've seen it. We're gonna run it back, but I
can't they fix the tag team division first?
What tag team division? You mean the Young Buck division, the Tampon Buck division?
No. I'm asking the small watchman's asking. I'm just wondering. You want AEW's tag team division or WWE's?
Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker would be a bad match. But again, they need to build Braun Breaker to feel like he's a threat to Jacob Fatu because Jacob Fatu looks like he would watch that man run at him, hit him with a Samoan drop and be done with it. So
Yeah.
I think both companies.
Or you just might simply put a knee up.
I know. I just Braun Breaker doesn't do enough for me, and I know
that
ours.
super kick's lethal too.
I know. Oh, if he's running off the ropes at 24 miles per hour into a shake-up for 2 foot, that might be the end of Braun Breaker there and then. I think both companies need to fix their tag team division. I don't mind the Guerrillas of Destiny and the Bloodline having the tag team titles, but let's make sure it means something because you took it off of DIY after you left the things hanging so long for DIY to get those tag titles. Then 30 days later, you gave those tag team titles to the Bloodline and did not give the fans the time to really get in to a DIY title reign, which I think really kind of hurt it. And then you run the Street Profits up there to get no smoke or get smoked, however you want to put it. And you go
like a brisket. They were smoked.
Dude.
Yeah.
No. They're lower end than brisket. No, that's too high. They're the cheap meat.
You know what I was getting at.
I know, but I'm also saying that unfortunately they're not treated like a brisket. They're more like smoked pulled pork.
So
Damn, pulled pork sounds really good
dogs?
right about now.
Hey, well, I love the Street Profits, and I have mad respect for Montez Ford, U.S. Army, cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the way they've been featured in WWE has just been blah. They don't do anything for me. They are the tag team jobbers. They are probably just levels above the Bushwhackers back in the day.
At least the Street Profits have had tag team gold. When did the Sheep Herders have WWE tag gold? I can't remember a time where they held tag titles in WWE. Now, other places, I don't know, because I haven't done my research like that.
Well, of course.
So you're saying that the Street Profits are only worth the hot dog and the handshake?
We got to rewind. Are you going to call them the Bushwhackers? Because that's what they were in WWE. The Bushwhackers were a completely different team than the Sheep Herders. Now, if you go watch the Sheep Herders, those two guys were bad mama jammas. You want to talk about some hardcore, crazy... The Sheep Herders were like... You would not believe that the Sheep Herders and the Bushwhackers are the same guys, because the Sheep Herders were a whole different level. If the Sheep Herders would have gone to ECW in their prime, you would have been like, the Sheep Herders versus the Gangsters probably would have been a match to see at a prime time for both those teams. Because the Sheep Herders, you cannot deny, the Sheep Herders wouldn't have been as violent as New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, the Gangsters. I mean, that would have been a whole different level of bloodbath. So you got to be careful when you talk about WWE's Bushwhackers. Hey! And the freaks, the freaks called the Sheep Herders, because if you go watch Sheep Herders match, you're like, no.
The same team, yeah. What do you do to them? What do you do to them?
I don't know. The Street Profits feel maybe they're
still warm in here.
They're the Action Demolition of the modern era. They're there just to be there, just to. Again, I don't know what other tag teams are really in this company that have any viability right now. And I guess you're gonna have to build up your tag team division because you got to build up somebody to take. You got to build somebody to take the tag team titles off the Guerrillas of Destiny.
Yes, that's true. So are we almost comparing the Street Profits to something? They're just kind of there. They're just kind of maybe a copy of, I don't know, Crime Time. I mean, what are we saying?
Oh,
they're a little better than Crime Time. I mean, I guess if you want to compare them, you want to compare them to a team that had gold and then was a team that the fans kind of loved, but they never really did anything with. Maybe they're the modern era of the American males.
Oh God. They did hold the WCW tag titles. That's true.
Yes.
Yes. It's horrible.
We are so getting off track.
Dude, DIY. You know what DIY needs to do? DIY needs to become the new Hollywood Blonde-esque team. Let's take them heel. Let's pull them away from the DX wanting to be gimmick and let them be like the Hollywood Blondes as heel tag team.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to skip over the New Japan Pro Wrestling Report, and we're going to give it all to... Ladies and gentlemen, it's breaking. Yes, this is in. It's time for the Clarke Report, live on the Value Wrestling, live on the weekly roundup. The Clarke Report with music in tow. With your host, Mr. Paulus Clarke. It's the Clarke Report. He goes off camera as soon as I'm throwing it to him. He went bye-bye, B. He's like, no boots. No boots.
He heard the music.
I don't know if
That
you heard the
was
music.
great. No, I did. That was great.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Clarke Report is having technical difficulties at the moment. Please stand by. I need that scream. Please stand by. Wow.
That was great.
Ungaleo just needs
Was
more
he not
time.
part of the chat when we were approving that music?
Ungaleo just needs more time in the ring. He will trip over his own foot, get pinned, tapped out during the pin in a freak botch. Super botch man. Wow. Mr. Z, how do you feel about that? The Samoan Watchman tearing apart Tongaleo. Hey.
He's not wrong. Lately, he's been real botchy.
What's worse was the Mariah May Saraya match.
Oh my god! Oh!
I didn't know if they were wrestling, dancing, or playing patty cake, or the hokey pokey. You put your right hand in, you take your right hand out, put your right hand in, and you turn it out.
Or Mercedes Monet's finisher that she has yet to hit clean.
You can't hit nobody clean with that. You can't make anyone look impressive with that. Because at first you thought when she tried it on Willow that okay, maybe Willow's just got more weight on her than Mercedes could handle. But everyone she's tried it on does not look good taking that move.
No. I need to go back and watch Battle in the Valley to see if she actually hit it cleanly on Kairi Sane. Anyways, that's what I need to go do.
Ladies and gentlemen, now that Mr. Clarke's back, it's...
We need a video of Mr. Clarke standing in front of a building like this.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mr. Clarke, you good, man?
Oh, I'm fine.
Mr. Clarke's back in the green room again.
Anyway.
Tony didn't leave his snow back there.
I guess since Mr. Clarke is off camera, this is a please stand by. Mr. Z, what you got for New Japan Pro Wrestling Rebound Podcast this week?
Since there is no events until Capital Collision, I will be doing a runback of the Guerrillas of Destiny, the history of Guerrillas of Destiny, the rightful tag team that should be presented in WWE. That's what we, on this week's Rebound, we'll talk about the title wins, their debut, and even the infamous night in San Francisco, California, where they exiled the Young Bucks after Kenny Omega's match.
And ladies and gentlemen, now for the Clarke Report.
I got nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in, and that has been your Clarke Report.
You don't like his music? No music, Mr. Clarke?
I can't even hear it.
Okay. But he takes off.
I thought you could, because as soon as they start playing the music, you cut your camera off.
I was going based off of your intro.
Oh. Right. All right, let's get into All In. Let's get into our predictions. Let's get on with this. Anyways, All In at Wembley Stadium coming up tomorrow. Bright and early. Too early for anybody to be watching wrestling, honestly. But anyways, We'll have 0 hour, 2 hours of 0 hour, 2 hours of 0 hour. Starting at 9 a.m. for us here on the West Coast. And the only match I see on 0 hour night right now is Chris Statlander will be teaming up with Stokely Hathaway for some stupid reason to take on Will Nightingale and Ishii. Tomohiro Ishii.
Tommy.
Tomohiro Ishii.
Mm-hmm.
The Potato Man is going to take on Stokely. Why is Stokely even getting this match? I don't know any of this. This doesn't make sense. Hopefully this is Will Nightingale and Ishii win.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's about it.
Unless they're going to give Stokely a win here in some messed up way. Stokely will pin Ishii on some stupid twist of life.
Don't say that. Don't say that because they.
Tony,
he might be listening.
Tony Khan is doing the booking.
He might be listening. So don't say that.
We also have the Casino Gauntlet match, which I don't know who's in that other than Hangman Page, which I think Hangman Page will win the Gauntlet match.
I got right now on this. This is what for the number one contendership, right? They've only got right now Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, Evil Uno, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly. That's who's on it right now.
That's right. Orange Cassidy's in there. Evil Uno, because that's why Evil Uno and Hangman Page had their war. I guess Hangman Page is no longer a part of the Dark Order. I'm saying Hangman's winning this. He's going to cash in it all out in Chicago on September 7th. And
that seems to be the general consensus.
And the thing is that the only thing that makes sense is Hangman has to win. Hangman cannot lose to Swerve. So Hangman may be the champion. Because I don't know if unless they're going to drop the title to Bryan Danielson and all in.
But still,
but then again, that means Hangman wouldn't be facing Swerve because then he would be facing the world champion, which would be Bryan Danielson. So I'm assuming it's going to be Swerve, and we're going to get Hangman Swerve because the winner of this match gets a world title shot. And I guess it's not just a world title shot; it's a world title shot whenever they want it. So we may get Hangman cashing in at the end of the night after Swerve wins. Anyways,
you mean no victory dance from Prince Nana?
No victory dance.
Anyways, the London ladder match for the AEW Trio Championship. We have the Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson teaming with the Guns to take on the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Taking on the Patriarchy of Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch. Taking on the Blackpool Combat Club, who have yet to win their match on Collision, or they may have tonight. And that's the team of Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac. Pac that wanted this big match at Wembley is now being shuffled into a ladder match. We're going to have 12 men in the ring at the same time with numerous ladders. And this is going to be a train wreck. This is going to be nasty. Somebody's going to get hurt. This is just stupid. Why do we have 12 people in a ladder match? I guess you got to up the ante. WWE, well, we're going to go bigger. This is Tony Khan trying to show his, this is dumb. I'm sorry. This is stupid. 12 men in a ring in a ladder match. There's no way that, I don't even know how you're going to be able to watch this. How are you going to be able to film this? How are you going to have 12 men in a ring with ladders? And this, I mean, unless they're going to do something funky, you got to be tagged in. But as far as I understand, this is going to be a tornado trios match. So that means you're going to have all 12 men going at one another at the same time. I don't even know how you're going to make this.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if you hear a review later on in our review of that tomorrow night that someone got hurt, unfortunately. Don't be surprised if we don't break that news tomorrow night.
Juice Robinson might be back out of action. Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, Nick Wayne, Killswitch. Pac might wind back up out of action. Any of these guys could wind up getting hurt in this scenario. This does not make logical sense to me as a tag team match. I get the spectacle end of it before Mr. Clarke goes, well, it's a spectacle. I get your spectacle, why this will be a spectacle, because it's going to be a giant train wreck. But I don't know how you pull this match off. There can't be any storytelling in this match. This is just going to be constant spot monkey. Who can fly from the highest rafters in this match?
I disagree with you in this sense. Not that there can't be any storytelling, there's not likely to be just because of who's producing it. If you had the same match in WWE, they have the backing, the producers that would know how to tell a story, even with this many people. So it's not the components, it's not the recipe per se, it's the cook, it's the booker.
Yes and no, but when you have 12 men, can you really tell? I mean, I guess you could tell.
Yes, you can, because you do it in segments.
I just don't know if that's just going to be hard. I mean, how are you?
I'm going to call it right now. Mama Wayne is jumping off the ladder or getting pushed off of one.
That's in your wet dreams. But anyway,
I don't think she's getting on the ladder.
Don't say we can't say never because it might happen.
I didn't say never. I said I don't think.
I don't know how this match can do anything for anybody.
Because spectacle.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's going to be a Spot Monkey Festival.
Giant spectacle.
This is just going to... I don't know how you're going to watch this without going, oh. Because in AEW, they let them do the stupid stuff. Somebody's going to fly off a ladder with somebody laying across 6 chairs. Somebody's going to fly off a ladder with 8 tables. Somebody's... I mean...
Isn't that how one of the... I forgot who was it that broke his leg falling off the ladder or overshooting a spot. I can't remember who it was, but it was one of Top Flight. They broke their leg doing a spot, so someone's bound to get hurt.
We've seen Jeff Hardy get hurt because of Sammy Guevara coming off the ladder. We saw Darby Allin nearly kill himself with his ladder glass and all that craziness. We've seen Matt Hardy take a dangerous bump off a scaffolding thing through a missed table. When they do this stuff, somebody usually winds up getting hurt because AEW doesn't have it constructed in a safe way to make it make sense. I don't know how a fan can watch this because it's just going to be we're going to have whiplash as the fans trying to watch this match from 12 different guys fighting in 6 different areas of the arena. Because it's going to be a
constant... on the camera work that's going to be involved.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a constant motion. I don't even think Beaver Boy could have taped this one. This is I'm not excited about this match because it doesn't. The titles don't really mean anything to me. Nobody in this match really excites me. The House of Black has been mistreated. The Blackpool Combat Club of Claudio and Wheeler Yuta teaming up with Pac is where do we come up with these random let's throw Pac in there? Oh, we forgot to put Pac on this card, so we'll throw him in here. You built Pac to have this promo and it's supposed to have this big match at All In, and what you regulate him to. Go ahead, Mr. Clarke. I know you.
Now, from a solo perspective, I understand where you're coming from as far as Pac, but I think a lot of it also is the fact that Death Triangle's dead. You got the Lucha Brothers who are going to be out of the company soon enough because the contract will be completely over. So since they're not going to put him with the international title scene or the American title, this is what they came up with for whatever reason.
And I think it's bullshit. You gave me a hard promo from Pac where he came out and said, I want a match at Wembley. He won a match for the International Championship. He should be the #1 contender. But he's being regulated to this bullshit, and that's bullshit. That's where I'm pissed off, because Pac gave us a passionate promo about wanting a big match. Then he won a match where he should have been the #1 contender for the international title, and then he's been thrown in the last night, because it's happening tonight on Collision, that they win this match. The only reason I know because it was pre-taped. And he's being thrown in there with the Blackpool Combat Club, and I thought he had issues with the Blackpool Combat Club, but maybe that's me. I don't know. I don't see this match, I don't see anybody benefiting from it. I see it as chaos. I guess the patriarchy is going to be the way they're going to weasel their way out with these tag titles. That, or it's going to be Juice Robinson that makes the big moment. Maybe that'll get him. I don't know. I can't believe in the House of Black because they drop the ball on them every time. And I don't see the Blackpool Combat Club with Pac winning these titles because it's just that you threw guys together, so why would you let them win? And the real story here has been between the patriarchy and the Bang Bang Gang anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just want to put more people on a show. That's why you added these 2 other teams. How can we get everybody on the card? Why? Why do we have to make these ideas? Whether it's WWE, and they've done it in the past, or AEW, we got to push everybody. We got to get everybody on the card. Of course, you don't have like local people like Soraya's didn't even get a match on the card. How impressive is that? Soraya from London, from England, from the local area, can't even get on it. But last year she was winning the women's title at All In. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, that's right. Her contract's about to come up. Then from there we go into another
rough.
We go for a 4-way dance into a triple threat tag team match with FTR versus Acclaim versus the Young Bucks. Which this will be another spot monkey show because all these guys, well, I think the Acclaim are a little more solid and grounded as a tag team, but FTR has gone off the rails. Dax Hardwood is like drinking the Tony Khan Kool-Aid, 1 gallon in each hand at a time, chugging it like it's holy water in the, on Sunday or
Double
something.
fisting.
He is, man. I've never seen somebody like, you say something on Twitter or X, and this man's like, and I'm like, I love you, Dax, but I mean, you're even like too far over there. Like, Jesus.
He puts on the Superman cape, man, and has to back up the little man.
And we know the Young Bucks are going to flip-flop over the rings. I'm assuming the Young Bucks are going to lose the titles because they have limited dates and have done nothing for the AEW tag team titles in this run. It's just garbage. Hopefully they give the titles to the Acclaim because FTR, what are they going to do with it? Feud them back with the Young Bucks? Let's give the titles to FTR. Oh, it's what? In World's End, it's FTR versus Young Bucks 6 for the tag team titles. And this company's what, 5 years old?
Yeah.
Or almost 6 now, whatever. Your thoughts?
Well, if the Acclaim win, are we going to get a giant scissor party again?
I think their scissoring days are done. I haven't heard much about them.
That shit.
I haven't heard them say anything about scissoring as much as they used to. But it's sad. I would say the Acclaimed are the most grounded tag team in this match.
Yeah. Oh man, this is horrible. Oh man.
This is just a car wreck to watch. We'll see what happens. I don't know if there's a good thing. There's a good scenario here to even talk about.
But we already have the car wreck.
I kind of disagree with you on, though.
What?
The Young Bucks having limited dates, I don't think that even factors into anything, whether they keep the titles or not. Because it's not like they're going to be defending them, every week or whatever.
If the Young Bucks keep the titles in the AEW Tag Team Division instead, the titles are meaningless. They're already meaningless.
Yeah. Some would argue that they... Yeah, I was going to say, some would already argue that, as it is, so...
But I mean, look at the car wrecks we're going to have. We're going to have a gauntlet match with I don't know how many people in it. Then we have a 4 3-man ladder match. And then we have a 3-way tag match. I'm like, and if they put these matches in these orders, people are going to be tired before you even get to the main event. Hook versus Jericho. Hook's finally going to win the FTW title back, and we can get over this FTW for the world champion with Learning Tree Chris Jericho. Hopefully, just put an end to the Learning Tree Jericho. The Bad Apple can go back to being to nobody. I know. Can you let me finish my statement in hopes and dreams before you wash them away and cast them aside like the ebbing of the ocean? Can you quit? Not be like the moon that forces the gravity, that forces the tide to come in and wash away the sands of the beach and take away the dreams I might have that the Learning Tree gimmick will go away once Hook takes that title off of him. Thank you. Thank you for stepping all over. Thank you for just stepping all over him.
Wait. No. Jericho needs to go away. He needs to leave. Bye. See you later. There's the door.
He's here to stay. That man is here to stay. He will change up as many times as he feels he needs to, whether it looks juvenile or not, just to make sure he is on the show.
Oh, wait. No, he needs to be around because when Ricochet shows up, he has to put him under the Learning Tree.
Oh, God.
I will cancel you.
You only cancel yourself, my friend. Only cancel yourself.
I'm just gonna beep you out from now on. I'm gonna find you theme music for your little show. Talk about the Clarke report. We'll have the Tasty Toes report. We'll have the.
But tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
We will have the Mr. Z meat beating moment of the week.
Wrong. That's
yeah,
the funny
you are
part.
wrong. You are completely wrong. You
no,
are
I'm
so
not
wrong. You know what? Keep drinking Tony Khan's Kool-Aid, and I will create the Mr. Z meat moment, the meaty meat moment of the week, and we will air it right here.
I'm not even letting that get to me because I know I'm right. That's what's gonna happen.
No, you're not right. You're totally wrong.
They're gonna feed him to Jericho.
There is no right.
They're gonna feed him to Jericho.
He's going to face Will Ospreay. That's where he will start. Then Ricochet will be thrown around as a smart monkey. He'll probably wind up facing Okada. Maybe he'll win that title off of Okada. Ricochet's only going to AEW to have a match with Will Ospreay. And get paid lots of money to do it.
Damn, Tony, pay us some money, man. Shoot, send us to WrestleMania. Help us out. Our GoFundMe's there, dude. Like, check it out.
Mr. Khan, if you'll pay for our trip to WrestleMania, you'll give us some. If you'll donate cash to us, Mr. Z will let any 5 guys you want to pick chop him.
Oh well.
For 30 minutes. It'll be an unlimited 30-minute chop fest.
Nope. I won't let any of those men touch me. Not at all. Nope. No chopping this one.
Wait.
They might.
He just said any of those men. However.
No. This is where I'm gonna go with it because they might screw up and either break something, hurt themselves, or hurt me in the process. I've seen their track record. They are not the safest place.
Anyways, Hook's gonna win back the FTW title. That's the only thing that makes sense here. And our Pirate Hook. Hopefully he has his eyes back and we're not doing Pirate Hook.
Lord.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Anyways, then it'll be.
Still see out of this eye.
Here's another match, another gimmick match, the coffin match for the TNT Championship. Darby Allin and Jack Perry.
Who's getting set on fire?
All right, the AEW American Championship.
We know it's gonna be a wooden coffin. And it's gonna be the whole thing. There you go.
The AEW American Championship. Will Ospreay versus MJF.
Ospreay makes sense, right?
No, I think MJF needs to keep the title. It's the only thing interesting they have on their program. His American tour is the only thing that I have any faith behind. Ospreay doesn't need a title. Ospreay is going to go be fighting Ricochet.
For the story they've been telling between Will Ospreay and MJF, I understand why you would say Will Ospreay, but I'm so backing MJF, it's not even funny.
TBS I gotta hope there's some bright spot for Ospreay, okay? I'm sorry.
You know what?
Know it's bad,
just like Mr. Clarke ran all over my dreams and hopes and washed them away like the ebbs and the sands of time, I'm going to slam my foot deep in your dreams and kick him out of you. Ospreay ain't winning for nothing. Give up hope. Ospreay is like ocean spray.
All right.
Abandon all hope, ye who come through.
Exactly. Welcome. See, what you didn't know is when Bray Wyatt took you into the funhouse and the door finally came off the hinges and we crossed over, it actually happened in reality. And now we're living in the other parallel universe that actually is there.
Damn.
It's just facts.
All right, what's
TBS
next?
Championship? Are you sure? TBS Champ? Yeah, exactly. Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. Britt Baker should win, but Moné's going to win.
Because losing doesn't work for her, pal. Doesn't work for her, brother.
Britt Baker's going to be fed to Moné. Moné's going to win, and then we're going to go on with more Moné. And Kazuchika, your buddy Kazuchika Okada going.
You forgot the last line.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
bitch.
There
was-
you go.
Time was Tony Storm versus Mariah
Yeah.
May for the AEW Women's Championship. Mariah May is the only thing that makes sense here.
This whole story they've been telling since Mariah May has come to the company, it doesn't make sense to have Tony Storm go over. It's got to be Mariah May.
Yeah.
And the final countdown match: title versus career, Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. I have to assume it's going to be Swerve.
I can't call this one only because
That's 50-50 on me. I don't know.
the story that the narrative they've been trying to tell with Bryan Danielson is that he's so, he's got to have his neck surgery, he's got to get this done, that done. And it may be true, but by the same token, because of his past, they could just be playing up shit too.
But technically, you got to also remember he's not under contract.
We don't actually know that. We believe that because that's what we've been told.
Well, I mean, that's what everybody's reported, all the way up to the bigwigs. I mean, this is
Right.
from Meltzer
I
and
understand.
Son Ross Sapp. So yes, they could be.
I understand.
They could have been lied to, manipulated, or there could be a secret deal that's not been talked about, or they could be fucking with everybody. I don't know. Don't care. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm saying yes, you can go any way with that story. But technically, as it stands, and as we are supposed to believe, he's working without a contract. And he's supposed to not. This is supposed to be his last full-time match. He's going part-time after this, or whenever he signs his new contract. Swerve Strickland's winning, and the biggest key will be who wins that gauntlet match. If Hangman Page wins that gauntlet match, you know Swerve's winning.
For all intents and purposes, I understand that reasoning.
Yeah.
I just got to watch the match tomorrow to find out.
That's where we're at right now.
I think
It can go either way to me.
But see, the other story they're telling with Hangman is what's telling me they're going to do All In Swerve versus Hangman, because they definitely have to come back to it. But my thing is, Swerve's going to beat Ospreay and Bryan Danielson back to back, and then go into All In and have to lose to Hangman. Now, granted,
You mean All Out?
All Out, yeah, excuse me. He has to go to All Out in Chicago and lose to Hangman. Granted, Swerve could win, but then Hangman's done. Hangman has no claim to anything with Swerve. It's like he can't keep coming back as Psycho Cowboy, like, you ruined my life. I'm going to take that title from you still. Come here. He's going to be like the guy from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's just a flesh wound. Come here. I will gnaw your ankles out. I mean, that's the parallel that Hangman will be if he loses his Swerve again.
No.
Tell me what I'm telling lies. If Hangman loses, what does he have? Nothing. He punked out.
Yeah, no.
He will have punked out the Swerve for 3 times. And they're going to still have him come back. I'm not done with you, Swerve. I'm Crazy Cowboy. I'm going to hunt you down. It's like, it's barely viable right now because of the way he got punked out by Swerve in their last match. But I'm like...
They hung him.
They did. They literally did.
He lynched the Hangman. Like, damn. Like, you don't get more buried than that.
And this is after he went into this man's house and harassed this man's baby. Like, I don't know.
You got buried by your own gimmick.
I mean, Mr. Z, as a father, I mean, could you even put yourself in that position as a father? Would you even want that to, I mean, with the way the story played out, to look like a punk as a dad? That you couldn't even defend the honor of your kid because you got choked out.
Oh, no.
When I'm telling lies.
He should have went. He should have went Brian Pillman. And Pillman's got a gun. That's how it should have went.
That should be the scene they're playing. Yes, correct. But they didn't play that scene.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're here, and I can only assume that Swerve is going to win. Bryan Danielson's going to go out on his final countdown. He'll go away, and they'll call him back for World's End. That's where we'll see Bryan Danielson probably return for a big match at World's End. Or he'll be in the he'll be in the Continental Crown tournament to try and win that.
I had to figure out because we're coming on the tails of Wrestle Kingdom. He might show up at what's the damn event that they're doing for day after Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty. He might be there. You never know.
Oh Lord, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Carr could be happy and we could see Brie Bella return. Danielson goes away, Brie Bella returns. Or Brie Garcia.
Brie Bella Garcia. There you go. Like, we will never see a Bella in AEW.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Would you rather see Nikki?
No, I don't want to see any of them. Nothing. No. It's like people calling for Ronda Rousey to come back. I don't want to see it.
No. Do not say the Bellas are as bad as Rousey. What is wrong with you?
Lots of talk that Ronda Rousey's willing to make up, still has major respect for Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And thinks,
After what she did?
and thinks,
no.
And no, the last few weeks she's been talking high praises about Triple H and Stephanie McMahon and saying that maybe now would be the right time for her to come back. Now that they're running the things and she knows that redacted is no longer there.
No.
Or
Her
having a baby, some shit like that.
I don't care what her
think
words are. She doesn't need
She
to come back.
is. That's right. She is just announced that she was pregnant, so it'll be a little while.
Stay retired. Enjoy your life.
I'm with Mr. Z on that one.
Okay, will Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW title at the final countdown title versus career match be greater than the WrestleMania Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match?
No.
You can't compare the two. Different
You can't.
situations,
There's
different characters.
there's already people claiming that.
Good for them, but it's apples and oranges.
Ooh.
Your buddy Air.
Reddit?
Your buddy Air Gold.
Oh, he could go take a long jump off a short cliff. I don't care.
The other day you were celebrating how you two agreed.
One time, me and him agree on something.
Yeah,
One.
but you were all like, look, I can even agree with him. Looky, everybody look.
Like, you make me sound like a 12-year-old schoolgirl, and I ain't even like that, bro.
You said that.
It's the enthusiasm we're talking about here.
I don't even know anymore. Everyone on Twitter's lost their damn mind as it is. They love too many Tony lovers on there.
Nikki and Brie Garcia are in London. Photos have been shown with them with Saraya
my God.
and Renee Paquette.
Oh.
And you're surprised?
No.
No, Mr. Z, you're surprised that they're in London?
No.
Like, why would you be surprised?
No, I'm not. That's why I'm like, oh my goodness, no.
Do you know Abaddon was in London at a karaoke bar doing karaoke in full gimmick?
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
seen that.
Let the body
That's actually pretty cool.
Let the body.
That's actually pretty cool. At least she lives that gimmick, which is great. Good on her.
Mina Shirakawa is now your Rep Pro Women's Undisputed Champion.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Value Wrestling. This has been your weekly roundup with your all-in pop post-show or pre-show review, picks, and prediction. I know we didn't really give a whole lot of picks. We just kind of talked it out. I don't know if we're excited to watch it. We're just hoping we can get through the train wreck of what the show is going to be. Is there going to be some good matches? Yes. Will Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson will give us a great match. Swerve and Will Ospreay and MJF should be a good match, but there's going to be a lot of train wrecks here. Tony Storm and Mariah May should be a decent match, but a lot of these other
want to see blood in that.
A lot of these other matches, hopefully they don't black and white it.
Wait, hold on a second.
Jeez.
This just in. Matt Cardona makes his return tomorrow at GCW's Homecoming. Since injury.
Why is GCW running a show tomorrow?
Why do indies surround themselves around WrestleMania? Probably for the same reason.
But is it in London?
I'm gonna find out right now. Let me see where it's.
I mean, that's my thing. If it's not in London, then what's the point in doing it? I get why Little Independence runs wrestling shows on the same day, but I'm like, JBL is in GCW tonight and hit 2 clotheslines from hell. No, tonight was Homecoming, you mean?
No, tonight it's at 12:10 in the morning.
Oh, so it's going on now.
Yeah.
It's going on. It's going on right now because they're just showing in the last 43 minutes. JBL showed up and hit 2 clotheslines of hell on somebody. I can't tell who it is.
Effie.
Okay.
He did it last time too. It's not the first time he's hit Effie with the clothesline from hell.
So GCW,
wait, no, that was Jeff Jarrett in the guitar.
GCW is starting right, and GCW's event has just started within the last few minutes.
Yes.
Then
up all night. There you go. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, JBL helped Mancy Warner win the
Mance Warner
win the main event.
Yep.
So the show just ended.
The current GCW champion.
Yeah, well, JBL helped him win it at GCW Homecoming, so I'm confused. They said that was the main event.
Mance Warner don't need help from nobody. I used to watch Mance Warner when he was a part of MLW, so I'm just like, I know what he can do. What do you need JBL's help for?
They just said JBL's out here doing side quests now. He don't need to do anything else.
Matt Cardona, I see that stuffed sour cream can't fly rich cracker champion AJ the Trash Francis can't dive over a top rope. Francis is upset about what you said on the Masked Man show and now issuing you a challenge. Matt Cardona, please beat this man's butt from one end of the arena to another, wherever you meet him, anytime, any day, and twice on Sunday. AJ Francis, you can't dive. AJ Francis, you can't dive.
Big Tyme's still salty over that.
Well, this man came out all hardcore over a joking chant like "you can't dive," and he got himself all booty hurt. Blocked me, tell me a whole bunch of silly crap. Then all his fans came after me and Mr. Z on some hardcore Yanker stuff like this is AEW fan base. So you know what? I got 2 words for him, and I helped Mark Cardona beat his tail. And I will straight up look at AJ Francis in the face and call him a booch. I'll be like, you really cry over that, sir? Let's talk about it. Can't dive over a top rope and get so hurt. Never heard a man have his panties so far up his... You need tweezers to pull them out?
Jeez.
Oh, man, this is great. It's great. Well... Yes, that's that. Who's ready for tomorrow?
How do we feel about Kyle Fletcher making out with Mansoor's chest?
His girl posted that picture. I don't think she cares.
I didn't ask if she cared. I want to know why he was over there going mwah, mwah to his chest. Well, at least what it looked like from it. It was like, I don't know why he was planting kisses on him. Like, the picture she posts and the scenario she puts himself in really puts himself in a perspective where you're kind of like, are you, with the...
He should be the new ambassador for Tasty Toes. He puts his foot in his mouth.
No, the only thing that he should have is a new championship called the Kumsi Kumsa.
Yeah, I was going to say,
all right,
he could be the face of Kunse Kunsa sauce.
Oh.
It's a little Kunse Kunsa,
There you go. There we go.
Just add a little Kunse Kunsa sauce
right.
to your strudel to make it taste better.
Oh, Lord. Wow.
Remember, we're not on Patreon.
Hey, it's what you perceive. It's your perception of what you assume. Oh. You know what that does. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is Value Wrestling. This has been your weekly roundup. Gentlemen, is there anything else we want to talk about?
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Afternoon, not morning.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
We'll be live. I mean, we will watch the show tomorrow morning. Anyways, Ladies and gentlemen, Value Wrestling on the Big Time, Miguel Z, Mr. Paulus Clarke, all right here, weekly roundup. We'll be back tomorrow with your post-show review for AEW All In. We'll cover all that. Then we'll be back Monday with your Monday night post-show review. Tuesdays on Patreon is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Rebound Podcast, and Wednesdays on the YouTube. Thursdays, nothing, but also on Wednesdays is in Martin We Trust with Jane A. Ibot.
Martin We Trust.
Fridays is SmackDown post-show review. Next Saturday will be a busy Saturday, as there'll be the Bash of Berlin, and then me and Mr. Z will be at Supreme Pro Wrestling's Cruising for a Bruising event in Sacramento, California, at the California Automobile Museum. Tickets on sale, $20. Check the description, links below. Go to Supreme Pro Wrestling on Facebook, Eventbrite.com to get tickets early. You can buy tickets at the door. I think that covers all the scenarios and all the information for right now.
Yep.
Until tomorrow.
It's the Value Wrestling on the Big Time. Mr. Z, we're here with the indie guy.
Revolutionary Force in Wrestling Podcast.
The Jumpy is about to go down.
That's not what I wanted.